I think we're now actually live. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are in the world. My name is Mark. I am the CEO, director of Radiolingua of Coffee Break Languages, and I am delighted to be here on YouTube for the very, very first time. We're still learning. We've been doing Facebook Lives for quite some time, but this is the very first time we have been on YouTube, so we thought we'd give it a go. It's getting to the end of the year, and it seemed to be the perfect opportunity to come on YouTube and do a bit of Facebook Live. We have been on YouTube for some while, for some time, but this is a bit different. We are starting with a YouTube Live today, and I think in 2018 you're going to see a lot more content from Coffee Break here on YouTube. Now, if you're watching, tell us where you are in the world. Tell us where you're watching from. Post a comment. Let us know who you are. I'll do my best to say hello at some point in the broadcast. But what I thought I would do for this short broadcast is just give you a kind of update on things from Coffee Break. Now, let me see if we can bring this on the screen. You should be able to see our Coffee Break snowflakes there. So this is a bit of an update from all things Coffee Break. And I realise that some of you may be new to Coffee Break too. So I'll explain a little bit about what we do here at Coffee Break Languages, and hopefully that will put you in the mood to learn some new languages on your Coffee Break in 2018. As I say, if you have a question, please post it in the comments. If you would simply like to say hello, we'd love to hear from you, to know where you're watching from. I realise that it's in the evening. It's about 6:30 in the evening here in Scotland. We are getting ready for our Hogmanay celebrations. Hogmanay is the 31st of December here in Scotland, and we are looking forward to the celebrations tonight. But regardless of where you are in the world, if it's already 2018, a very, very happy new year to you. And if you are just waking up in perhaps somewhere in the West Coast USA, then we hope you have a very pleasant New Year's Eve. Okay, let's get on with our show. As I said, we're going to be looking at a little bit of an update on all things Coffee Break. Now, to explain, we have been producing Coffee Break Languages for over 11 years now. We started with Coffee Break Spanish way back in 2006 when I was teaching Cara as a learner, and we started producing these shows and produced them on a very regular basis, and we've now got 4 seasons of Coffee Break Spanish which have been produced over those years. We then introduced Coffee Break French in 2008, then Coffee Break German in 2012, Coffee Break Italian in 2015, and Coffee Break Chinese this year in 2017. So Coffee Break Languages are all about helping you make your downtime your do time. So basically, if you have any downtime in the day, time that perhaps you are doing other things, it could be walking the dog, it could be driving to work, it could be at the gym, these times when we've got to be doing certain things, but we could also be making use of that time, and we are suggesting that you could use that time to learn a language. And what we do is basically try to produce the content that you can use in those downtime moments. And we produce these 15-minute, 20-minute coffee break lessons. And I am assuming that if you're following us on YouTube, then you're probably listening to one of our podcasts from our Coffee Break series. We also produce other shows, 1-Minute Languages, and I'll be telling you a little more about that a bit later on. But before we get started, I thought it might be useful simply to explain the concept of Coffee Break, and I have a little video to do just that. Hopefully you'll be able to hear this okay, and this is just a short video to explain the concept of Coffee Break language learning.
Welcome to Coffee Break Languages. Do you want to start learning a new language, or build on existing language skills? Our unique formula will help you, and with our Coffee Break courses, you can learn where and when it suits you best. The courses are carefully structured and are written by experienced teachers and native speakers. We focus on the language you need to know, and with Coffee Break Languages, you'll learn how the language works, rather than just learning phrases off by heart. This means that you'll be able to say what you want to say. It's just like going for a coffee with your friend who happens to speak the language you want to learn. You can access our courses on your computer, smartphone, MP3 player, or tablet. Coffee Break language courses provide you with the flexible and independent learning experience which fits your life. Start learning today at coffeebreaklanguages.com.
So hopefully that explains a little bit about Coffee Break Languages and what we're trying to help you do. Now, this has been for us a year of coffee breaks. There has been a lot happening here at Coffee Break Languages over the past year. We have introduced new content, introduced new courses, introduced new presenters, and we have also just in the past week, I think, just over a week, introduced a brand new website. We launched our new version of the website, and you'll see it here. And basically there are lots of interesting articles for language learners on the website, and of course access to all of the podcasts and all of our paid courses. We do have two elements. We do have the free podcasts, and these are available for you to download or to access on your mobile device. And they cover the languages from, as I said, French, German, Spanish, and Italian, and Chinese. And they are free podcasts going from the absolute beginning to an advanced level in French and Spanish, and then to an intermediate level in German and Italian, and at the moment just to a beginner's level in Chinese. And I'll be updating you on where we are with the different courses in just a moment. But we also offer courses, so there are paid versions of these courses, and these include extra materials, things like video versions of the lessons, additional lesson notes, additional audio materials to help you consolidate what you've learned in those main lessons. So you can access all of that on our website at coffeebreaklanguages.com, and you'll see also we have some interesting content there for learners. We've got a recent article on digestible Spanish idioms for your delectation, in which we're talking about a whole range of interesting Spanish idioms and the uses of these idioms, because idioms are a great way of making your language more interesting. For example, that expression ser pan comido, if you're a Spanish learner, then you may well have heard of ser pan comido, ser pan comido, meaning it literally to be eaten bread, but that means it's a piece of cake. If you say something that's very simple, very straightforward, then it's a piece of cake, es pan comido. But we're not just talking about Spanish today, we're talking about all the languages that we cover. I'm going to pause for a moment, and I'm going to say hello to some of the people that are joining us. It's fantastic to have you here. So Rebecca is from the UK and learning some Spanish. Pues I hope you know that phrase now, ser pan comido, Rebecca. Muchas gracias. Mike is joining us from Phoenix, Arizona. We had someone from Phoenix, Arizona in our Facebook Live just a moment ago. We've got Estrela do Mar, who is Brazilian but living in California. And Estrela said, parlo un po' di italiano. So fantastic. Perhaps you are already listening to Coffee Break Italian, and we hope that you're enjoying that. We have got also Jenna from the Philippines learning Spanish. So Happy New Year to you, Jenna. It's a new year already in the Philippines. And we've got Solid Diagnostics saying, hey all. So hello, Solid Diagnostics. You're very welcome. Everyone's very welcome here. If you would like to say hello, let us know where you are watching from and also which language you're learning. And I'm delighted to say hello a little later. So we've mentioned the new blog, the new site, and you can access that, as I say, at coffeebreaklanguages.com. Let us continue, because we've got some updates here for you on our different languages, and each time we've got our festive snowflake version of the logo, and this of course is our Chinese. So I am embarrassed to say that I can't quite remember what those characters say. I think it's 节日快乐, which is something like happy holidays. And I apologise for my bad pronunciation there. I should have swatted up before I started this. But we are going to be continuing with Coffee Break Chinese. We've done 20 lessons so far over the course of 2017. And starting a week on Wednesday, is that right? No, 2 weeks on Wednesday, we will have lesson 21. And the lessons of Coffee Break Chinese will continue over the course of this year. So far, we've covered a whole range of content in Chinese. And this is Mandarin Chinese, I should have said that earlier. But within our lessons, we've been looking at very much transactional content. So you've been learning how to express yourself in different transactional situations. be able to deal with certain situations like dealing with food and drinks and booking into a hotel, getting to know people, making friends, and using Mandarin in a way that people will understand you and building your confidence. Now, I am actually the learner in Coffee Break Chinese, so I'm really enjoying this experience. And actually, my experience is going to be becoming even more interesting in the coming weeks and months, because I'm going to get the chance to actually practice my Chinese for real. But I'll not say any more about that just now. But starting for a Wednesday, the 17th of January, episode 21 of Coffee Break Chinese will be starting then. So if you're already listening, then do join us for lesson 21. And of course, you can find out all about the Coffee Break Chinese course at coffeebreakchinese.com or by going to coffeebreaklanguages.com. We also have some news for our German learners. So ein frohes Fest oder einen guten Rutsch. So that's the expression that you would wish someone to have a good slide into the new year. For now, we're in season 2 of Coffee Break German. So season 2 is picking up again in a few days. Basically a week tomorrow, on the 8th of January. That's when lesson 21 of season 2 will be published. Now, in season 2 of our courses, we're dealing with more complex materials. We're dealing with grammar at an intermediate level. And with German in particular, we've been really focusing on dealing with the different cases and the different tenses. We've been learning to talk in the past and also to deal with those tricky cases when it comes to using them in different expressions. So that is lesson 21 coming up. And again, these lessons will be published every second Monday from the 8th of January onwards. And that is, well, as I say, it's a week tomorrow. So we hope that you're looking forward to that if you're one of our German learners. Coffee Break German, of course, starts with season 1, and you can learn German from absolute scratch with Coffee Break German. Again, simply head over to coffeebreakgerman.com, where you can find out all you need to do, to know even. Adesso cominciamo a parlare dell'italiano, perché adesso dobbiamo spiegare un po' quello che facciamo con Coffee Break Italian. Dobbiamo dire anche buone feste a tutti e buon anno, Happy New Year when it comes. Now, our Coffee Break Italian content is continuing, and again we're looking at our lesson 21 of season 2, which is going to be going out 2 weeks tomorrow. So German and Italian do alternate weeks, and we'll be publishing lesson 21 on the 15th of January. Now again, with season 2, we're looking at a higher level of Italian. We're looking at developing your confidence and your range of expression and building your confidence in grammar and being able to use different tenses, also being able to use different expressions. We've been talking lots about pronouns also, these tricky aspects of Italian. And with Italian, I am joined by Francesca. I should have said I'm joined by Andrea, and for Coffee Break German. For Italian, I'm joined by our native speaker, Francesca, and our learner, Ayla. And together we produce the Coffee Break Italian lessons, and these are published again every 2 weeks, starting once more on the 15th of January with lesson 21. Okay, so that's Italian. Et on va commencer maintenant avec le français. Parce que, bien sûr, nous faisons du français depuis longtemps. Et ben moi, je suis votre prof pour Coffee Break French. Et je suis très content, bien sûr, d'être ici avec vous aujourd'hui. Et on va dire joyeuses fêtes à tous et à toutes. Et aussi, bonne année 2018. Okay, so this is Coffee Break French, and for Coffee Break French, we've got a couple of things going on at the moment. We have, first of all, our En route avec Coffee Break French, and this is a fantastic series. This is taking on further from seasons 3 and 4, when we've recorded a whole series in the south of France, in the beautiful south of France, in the town of Menton, and in the city of Nice and the surrounding area. And this is right on the Italian border, so it's really interesting culturally. And the reason that we've gone to Menton for this is actually because I spent some time living there and working there 25 years ago. It doesn't seem like that, it just seems like a few years ago, but it actually was 25 years ago. Il y a 25 ans, j'habitais à Menton, dans le sud-est de la France. Et c'est une ville très 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 sympa. C'est une très jolie ville, une partie de la France que j'aime beaucoup. Et donc, for this series, we have gone down to the south of France. We have recorded lots of conversations with native speakers, and some of these conversations are really quite demanding, quite fast, sometimes with regional accents, and others are more simple, more straightforward to follow. But the whole series is sort of the story of me reliving the places that I used to frequent, and it is really a very enjoyable series. We've just published, actually we're going to be publishing lesson 3 on Wednesday of this week, on the 3rd of January. Our premium members already got that last week, a few days ago. So again, with Coffee Break, with En Route, we have a premium version, which has bonus materials, and then we have the free podcast version too. And you can access whichever one you want. You'll be able to find all of that at, of course, coffeebreaklanguages.com. So that's En Route. En Route is currently being published, and there are 10 episodes of En Route. But another thing that I should mention is our Coffee Break French Masterclass. And our Coffee Break French Masterclass is a special 6-month course. And this 6-month course runs from January the 1st through to the 30th of June. And basically over those 6 months, you're covering 6 different topics. There are modules on tricky verbs, modules on pronouns, on false friends, on mastering your tenses. There's a module on the subjunctive and a module on how to sound more French. And we opened the registration for the masterclass 2 weeks ago, and registration closes tonight. So if you'd like to find out more about that, you can head to coffeebreakfrenchmasterclass.com. And I'm going to ask the team perhaps to pop the URL for that in the comments. I am not 100% sure whether we can post URLs in the comments. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then you can be able to, you can copy and paste coffeebreakfrenchmasterclass.com to find out more about the Coffee Break French Masterclass. Okay, just showing you what our En Route looks like on the website. There you see, this was episode 2, Menton, la perle de la France, the pearl of France. And you can see there's content, there's the podcast episodes that you can listen to from the website there on at coffeebreaklanguages.com. Okay, moving on to Spanish. En este momento no tenemos un podcast de español, pues tenemos, claro, las 4 temporadas de Coffee Break Spanish, pero en este momento no tenemos un podcast, una serie, una temporada que estamos publicando. Sin embargo, hay otras noticias para los estudiantes de español. We do indeed have more news for our Spanish students. Even though we're not publishing an ongoing season of Coffee Break Spanish at the moment, we are just about to announce our reading club. We're just about to launch our reading club. And the reading club is actually going to be available in French, Spanish, German and Italian. And it's a reading club whereby you receive a text every week, and you can practice your reading in those moments of downtime that you have. The reading club will be starting later in January, and there is again a free version where we'll send you an email every week, and you'll be able to practice your reading and look up words and so on as you need to. And there is also a premium version of the reading club where we'll be able to send you also an audio version of the text, plus some vocabulary and an exercise too, to give you that little bit more practice for the reading club. So the reading club is coming soon. If you go to coffeebreakreadingclub.com, then you will find the information, and you can actually sign up there to be notified as soon as Coffee Break, as soon as the reading club becomes available. So that's the reading club coming very soon. There's lots of new things happening here at Coffee Break, and we're really looking forward to launching the reading club later in January. Now, talking of languages and talking of New Year's and talking of all things new and new challenges and so on, we are also delighted to be announcing 5 new 1-minute languages. 1-minute languages is our short course in different languages. And in 1-minute languages, the idea is that you can learn just enough of a language to make a good impression on a native speaker, and you will also be able to get by when you're traveling to the country. And we are delighted to be launching 1 minute Hungarian, 1 minute Czech, 1 minute Slovak, 1 minute Latvian, and 1 minute Icelandic. And these are all going out as a weekly podcast. So there are 10 episodes. You'll be able to go through each of the episodes over 10 weeks. And there's also, again, a premium version which includes video versions of these lessons and a set of lesson notes to help you understand the materials covered. It's a very short course, just 10 lessons of 2 or 3 minutes each. I know we say 1 minute, but 1 minute Latvian sounds a little better than 2 or 3 minute Latvian. So 1 minute Latvian it is, and you can learn some Latvian, Hungarian, Czech, Slovak or Icelandic in a matter of minutes with our new shows. Now, 1 minute languages is also available in 26 other languages, a total of 31 now, from Arabic to Zulu. So you have the chance to learn 31 different languages, and indeed if you want to learn them all, then we do have a polyglot pack where you can access all of the premium materials for every one of those courses at once. Not at once, because that might be a bit much. You can do one after another and become a polyglot over the course of 2018. Now, talking of the course of 2018, I would like to draw your attention to the blog article that we just published today. And that is a special blog article all about how to make January your best language learning month ever. Because we have a challenge for you. A challenge which will involve you doing some kind of language activity every day of January. Now, we've actually given you some ideas, and I'm not sure whether you'll be able to see this. It's probably quite small, but hopefully you can see some of this. So my daily challenge for January 2018. Today I will, number 1, listen to 1 episode of a language learning podcast. And there's lots of good examples of that in Coffee Break Languages. Then number 2, learn 5 new words complete with spelling and pronunciation. On the 3rd of January, we are suggesting that you try to watch a TV episode or a YouTube video in your chosen language. And then we've got more suggestions here. For the 4th, read a paragraph in my chosen language aloud. For the 5th, listen to the radio in the language I'm learning for 10 minutes. Now, there's actually a link on that which will take you to a fantastic site called Radio Garden. And in Radio Garden, you'll be able to access radio stations from all over the world. And literally, you've got a map of the world, you can spin it around like a globe and just hone in one particular country or one particular town and find radio stations from that particular place. So definitely go to the blog and check that out. And so there are different challenges for each day of January. You don't need to complete them in that order. You can choose whichever order you want to do them in. But we also provide a checklist. Now, I've got my checklist here. I am going to be taking this challenge too. And in January, I am going to be trying to improve my Norwegian. Jeg snakker litt norsk, men norsken min ikke så godt. So I would like to practice my Norwegian and improve my Norwegian, and I'm going to be doing my checklist of challenges for Norwegian over the course of the month, and I'm really looking forward to that. If you'd like to access the Coffee Break Languages January Challenge checklist, then if you go to coffeebreaklanguages.com, you'll be able to click on the blog article there, and a little pop-up will appear and ask you just to fill in your details, and then we'll send you the checklist. You can print it out, and then we would like you to share your achievements, share your successes, your challenge with us over on Instagram. We are fairly active on Instagram with our Coffee Break Languages account, and so if you post your coffee break moment over on Instagram, then we'll share that over there. So that is a bit of an update, as I said, of everything Coffee Break, of all things Coffee Break. I also want to mention, and to mention again, that we are going to be looking at doing lots more video in the course of 2018, so definitely stick around. We would suggest that you certainly subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you know when we're releasing new videos. And there's a little bell icon. If you click on that bell icon, you'll receive notifications when we're either going live or there's a new video in the feed. We're also going to be putting lots of the podcasts on YouTube, so you'll be able to listen to the podcasts here on YouTube too. If you do have any questions, I'd be very happy to answer the questions. We've got a few more hellos, so I'm looking forward to saying hello to some further people here. But if you do have any questions, please do post them in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them before we finish up. First of all, we've got Umber from Glasgow, who is saying Coffee Break podcasts are so helpful. Thank you, Umber. I'm delighted to hear you saying that. Estrella is saying grazie, prego. And Jessica from the Philippines, so another viewer from the Philippines, who says, I really admire your work. Thank you so much, Jessica. And as I said earlier to Jaina, Happy New Year to you, because it's already the 1st of January. For you. It will be the 1st of January soon for us here in Scotland, but before then we have Hogmanay to celebrate, and I am going to be heading off just now and finishing off our live broadcast here. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been of interest to hear what's happening with Coffee Break, and to hear a bit of an update. But for now, I would like to say thank you very much indeed for your participation tonight, and indeed for your interest in Coffee Break languages all through the year. Lots to come. There's lots to come in 2018, and we're really excited to be starting a new year of language learning, and we hope you are too. I would like to wish you a very happy and a very peaceful and a very language learning filled new year. Thank you very much indeed, and good night. All the best.